The Stella still tastes like shit. So, this game here, TOCA Touring Cars 2, or TOCA 2. Now this is a confusing one. The reason I say that is that the front says TOCA 2, the manual says TOCA 2, the disc says TOCA 2, but then the side just says TOCA Touring Car Championship. So 00376. Can't see anything on the barcode. And on the back, it's the only thing that I can say is it's 1997. So without having the original TOCA Touring Cars boxed and complete next to me, I don't know whether this is the back for the game, the original game, but with TOCA 2 front, manual and disc. I don't fucking know. It confuses me. It could just be one of those errors that usually it comes on Dreamcast games where they've just put something random on the spine. I think there was a racing simulation Monaco GP2 or something like that, where it doesn't say that on the disc, it just says it's like the first one, but it is the second one. And NFL Blitz, which doesn't say anything on the spine. Pointless gaming knowledge coming out here, don't you just fucking love it? So I've banged it in, as you can see, and we shall go forth and probably spin out off the track a lot, because that's usually what happens in TOCA. So it says 1998 there, so I'm guessing that that is the back of the first game, mated to everything else from the second game. If it will bloody load. What are you doing? Here we go. So I've played this game before, not sure whether I've owned it. And if we skip the intro, it's got obviously the touring cars element, and then it's also got some special races with like Ford Fiestas and all different types of cars, some Formula Fords and all that sort of thing. Right, so obviously we want English. Game options, no difficulty there. So a bit of drum and bass in the background. So I mean, fuck it, we'll start the championship, we'll probably quit and then look at the sport car. Nope, want to go back. Gotta have it easy, baby. It's one tough beast. Right. Select car, Audi A4, fuck Audis. Oh man. Misery. We'll go with the Volvo. Boxy bag of wank. And we'll have some more beer. So if you've not played the first TOCA Touring Cars, that was a touring cars game, which it's a simulation, it's not arcade experience, and therefore you will probably crash a lot to begin with. I don't believe this has got analog control. Oh, it has. Let's turn that on. Sick of doing this. Should just go to analog as default. Stop annoying me. So you got the sim options, qualify, start race, all that sort of thing.
So the engine revs rise as the drivers
Tiffany Dell on the bloody commentary. This game's so old, surely it should be racing. So that rev counter doesn't feel amazingly responsive, if I'm being honest. Right, so you got, interestingly, this was a major thing when the TOCA games first came out, this cockpit kind of view, interior view. You know, you take it for granted nowadays, but you know, it's cutting edge stuff at the time. Well, it wasn't, but you've not seen it on a PlayStation game before. Well, not that I know of. Maybe the original Need for Speed. Also got that on the Saturn. Not got it on the PlayStation though. That's why I'm saying also. I don't know. So, because this, there we go, nice spin. Overcooked it on the power. Also got the bonnet view, which is, in my opinion, the best view to use if you're using a steering wheel. Oh, we've got another cockpit view, more passenger in the middle kind of view. Pardon me. I mean, these kind of realistic games, expected these days. Just look at that texture resolution, it's fucking terrible. Yeah, you expect realism nowadays, but back when this game, you know, first come out, it was only a couple of years after the first Ridge Racer game, you know. Which is obviously not realistic at all. And I don't think we really need to compare it to Wipeout or Wipeout 29/7. That would just be being an idiot. Ah, bloody.
You okay in there?
No, I'm not. Where's my fucking ABS? Why are my brakes locking up and sending me straight into a fucking barrier, you fucking dickhead? It's a shame that this series, if you don't know, basically turned into the... We had TOCA 1, 2... what was that? I've got a... No. Been the first race driver. Would it have been race driver? I don't know. I think I've got TOCA 3 on the PC. I don't know what platforms that would have been released on. But after that, it turned into Race Driver on the PS2, I remember. And that had some ridiculous kind of career mode or something in it, where you started off as a driver, blah blah blah. And then that series turned into the Race Driver Grid series. I think there's Grid 1 and Grid 2, well, just Grid and Grid 2. And I've played Grid. It was an excellent racing game, but it was nothing like this. This is just full on simulation. Obviously, well, probably actually before this game came out, or probably possibly around the same time, but I know that the Colin McRae game started at least after the first TOCA Touring Cars game, so I'm not sure whether it would have been out when this one was released. I have a feeling that they may have been released not that far apart from each other, the first Colin McRae game and the second TOCA game, which we're now playing here. God, I am fucking waffling today. But yeah, as you can see, what happens if you try and go around a foot corner too fast, is you just do that. So, you know, there's no... I mean, you know, Gran Turismo 5 can be like that, but you've got traction control settings and all that sort of thing. But with this game, there's none of that. You know, you can't do a controlled drift or anything like that. Basically, you lose traction. You know, there's that much downforce. If you do lose traction, you're off. So you kind of get the effect. I mean, the beauty of this game comes when you're in like a 16 car tightly knit pack, and you kind of trying to thread through it and barge through, and then just all chaos. You know, you really have to play it like you are in a race that you want to win, and it's your own like car and everything. but I won't be good enough at the moment to be able to show you that, which is a shame, but what can I say? So we'll have a go on the Ford Fiestas, not a pink one, a red one, that'll do. So this was something that I don't believe came in, like a mode that wasn't included in the first game. It's kind of cool mode if you ask me. It's interesting because, for example, these Ford Fiestas got a handbrake, whereas the usual touring cars, I believe, don't have a handbrake. Well, I did just try pressing the handbrake, well, the circle button, and nothing happened. So we've got the interior of a shitty, and somehow the PS3 has reverted back to digital mode, would you believe it? How the fuck does it do these things? If you didn't see my video the other day on True Pinball for the PlayStation, I also had issues with the controller on that game, so yeah, this the Fiesta's a completely different handling cars altogether. Obviously a bit slower, a bit twitchy. The graphics are pretty well, if you ask me, the graphics on this game were crap at the time it came out. I mean, there's not a lot of scenery, and what scenery there is kind of washed out, grainy. But I don't know, it was all about the handling and the simulation aspect of it. So if you're into games that are graphically pleasing, I mean, why the fuck would you be playing a PS1 game to begin with, if that's what you're after? But if that's what you're after, then this is definitely not one for you. I believe it uses the same engine as the Colin McRae games, or should I say the Colin McRae games use the same engine as this. Also worth noting in this game is the damage. You can smash the car up, bits fall off it, but they're not great great damage effects, so to speak. I mean, you can get the bumper to fall off as car won't go bloody fast enough. Yeah, there's the handbrake, like I say, in action. I'm struggling to think of things to say. Struggling, fucking hell, slurred speech or what? Silly beer! Woo! Let's get sideways. Drink driving. Yeah, I'm struggling to think of things to say about this game because it's just a simulation. It's all about the handling and it's very tough and it's pretty freaking hard to play and try and speak at the same time unless you just pull your handbrake and spin around a lot and change your view and reverse. So yeah, it's TOCA Touring Cars 2, or TOCA 2 Touring Cars, however you want to say that shit. And make sure you get it with the back that it's supposed to come with and not the back for the first game. Random.